everyone, it's Mel here and welcome back to Mel's Blind Life, the YouTube channel all about blindness. Today I've got a really fun and exciting video for you. I'm going to do a tour and review of the bed and breakfast accommodation on the paddle boat Coonawarra, which is based in Mildura on the Murray River between New South Wales and Victoria. The reason for my visit to Mildura is, as some of you may know, I used to live in Mildura about 6 months ago. I moved away and I decided to travel up to Mildura in between Corona lockdowns and visit some of my friends and acquaintances that I made whilst I was living up there. Also, it was at the end of a really difficult period for me and I just needed a holiday. It was the first holiday I'd had for a long time. So there were, a few reasons why I decided to go up there. So I'm going to start the video with a tour of, first of all, the 3 different types of room accommodations for people to sleep in, and I'm then going to proceed to show you the upstairs and downstairs common areas on board the paddle boat Coonawarra. So everyone, we are here on the paddle boat Coonawarra. I'm going to give you a tour by night, as you can see, of a cabin. So on the right, when you walk in, you've got the bed. On the wall next to the door is rather a large window. It's a good size window. I like it. Then at the top of the bed, you've got a little night light lamp thing on the bed head there, and it has a switch next to it on the wall. Then on top of the chest of drawers next to the side of the bed, which has got 4 drawers, they're pretty, not very deep, but they're quite square. And on top of the chest of drawers, there's 2 clean towels, 2 face washes, 2 cakes of soap, and 1 bottle of shampoo and 1 bottle of conditioner. Down here on the floor is the cord for the electric blanket on the bed. Next to the chest of drawers beside the bed is the wardrobe with some hanging space, a shelf there which has got spare pillows and doonas, and then down the bottom's just some hanging space, and in the bottom of mine is a life vest, but I can't see one there. And then you've got on the whole of the right hand side, the left hand side in this room is the bathroom. So you have, when you step over the step that goes into the bathroom, straight in front you have the wash basin, which has above it a little rack that has some soap on it, and a mirror which you can see me in on the camera. And then on the, what's this side? Right is the toilet, and sitting on top of the toilet is the floor mat for when you have a shower. And then on the left is the space where the shower is. There's a step up and over into the shower, And then the taps are on the right when you step up into the shower. There is that I just knocked, one of those little hangy things that you can sit soap and shampoo and conditioner and stuff on in the shower, and the shower head as well, which was pointed down. There we go, the shower head. I've got to be careful going down this step. So that is the cabin by night. So I will so let's have a look in room 18. It's really good for those of you who are blind or have low vision. The numbers on the door are actually tactile, so there's no trouble if you have blindness or low vision. You can feel the numbers, very distinct. I don't know how they are for contrast, but they're still quite tactile. There is a beautiful view of the river right outside the door. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big main kitchen, lounge room, dining room area. So we'll start with the lounge room first. There's a couple of couches, an armchair, and a nice big television and a coffee table. As you can see, I've got a blanket on the floor for my guide dog. Then along the side window, opposite the door, you've got some chairs and tables. And then in the middle of the space is this very big table here that you can sit at and have breakfast or dinner or whatever. Then at the end of the room, you've got the kitchen, which has got this sign on the bar, and I'm fairly certain it just says Coonawarra, and it has the logo of the boat with the swan in it. Coonawarra obviously meaning black swan in local language. And then on this bench here, before you get into the kitchen, you've got all of the stuff for making your breakfast. You've got the selection of spreads, a toaster, and the cereals, and some serviettes and things like that. Then around this pole on the main island bench, you've got a kettle and the things for making tea, coffee, and Milo. Great selection of teas and some instant coffee and some Milo and some sugar and things like that there, obviously. Then underneath that bench is where all of the crockery is stored, so plates, bowls, and cups. At the end of that bench is the little microwave. Yes, the little microwave. And on top of this bench here is where the QR code for checking in with the laws with COVID is. And then this next bench around this corner here is a sink, some equipment there for washing dishes, and some cutlery also there. And there's a big clock in the corner there against above this bench. Then the refrigerator, there's 4 really nice big shelves in the fridge. And then on this wall opposite the bench with the sink is a shelving unit with some drinking glasses on it. So then if you go out of the kitchen past the microwave, you have the starboard side door, that's the right hand side door to the cabins. So down this corridor the first door that you come to is actually the door that used to go down to what they used to use as the formal dining room. So there's a sign there that says dining room on the window, and I'll just give you a quick glimpse. It's not generally a public area down there. So that's the dining room down the bottom of those stairs. And then all along this side, down this corridor, is just all cabins. It starts off with, so yeah, this corridor is just all cabins. It starts off with cabin number 10. And then down this corridor on this side as well is a door into what used to be the staff quarters. So then the last cabin on this side is room 14. And then at the back here, you've got these stairs that go up to the top level. We'll do a walk around the top level a bit later. And then also at the back here, you've also got 2 chairs and a table for sitting outside here. It's very nice out here actually in the sort of mid to late afternoon. So then you come around the corner and you end up going up the port or left side of the boat. And naturally this side starts with room 15, and there's no other staff quarters or anything on this side, so it's just all cabins on this side. And then just here before you come to this door, on the outside down there is the paddle wheel. So then through this door, it's identical to the other side, how it has the door out of the lounge room and then the door out of the corridor. So then you've got room 18 and the room that I'm in, room 19, in this sort of enclosed area here. And then you end up back at the left hand side of the lounge room. So guys, I'm now at the top of the stairs up the back, and I'm going to show you this little treasure first. So this is a room up the back which they call Julia's room. It's sort of like a sunroom. So there's a couple of chairs and a sound system back here. Then there's also some chairs to sit here on the outside as well. So then if we go up the port side, the wind has come up a bit this afternoon, so I'm going to apologise if we get wind in the camera. So go up the port side, and it's basically all just rooms. Up here, there's a room there. That's the window to the sunroom. So yeah, it's all rooms up here. Rooms. And then up the front here is a tripping hazard, which is some stairs, which are the stairs to the wheelhouse, if you can see up there, that's the wheelhouse. And then also down on the floor there's another tripping hazard. That is actually the wheel shaft, or the drive shaft for the paddle wheels. So I think you can see there's a big cable that runs all the way down past the middle deck down to the paddle wheel, which is just over there. So that's how the big driving captain's wheel connects to the paddle wheels. And then this is the front deck up here. And there's a flagpole over there. And then there's the park view, guys. You can see the park down there. So up here, there's just a couple of chairs to sit. Now these stairs over here that go down the starboard side, they're a little, I don't want to say they're unsafe, but you've got to be very careful of them. So I don't tend to use them very often. I prefer the back stairs. So then going down the starboard side, once again, you've got the wheel shaft and the steps to the wheelhouse. And then it's just all rooms down this side as well. And then when we get back to the back of the boat, it's just the stairs, back downstairs, and back to the sunroom. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the public areas and the beautiful paddle boat Coonawarra. The Coonawarra was actually built from a barge which was called the TP barge, and in 1950 the paddle boat Coonawarra was built on top of the TP barge and became one of the Murray River's largest passenger tourism vessels of the time. Now, the paddle boat Coonawarra used to do lots of tours from Morgan to Mildura, sometimes up to Echuca, and it was a really great sort of part of the tourism industry on the Murray River. Today, obviously, she is a bed and breakfast accommodation, and I think that it is a really fantastic place to go and stay. Now, it was very nice and quiet down on the river. I was there, as I said, between COVID lockdowns. We went at the end of August, so it was still not hot. By Australian standards, it was actually quite cool, but Mildura is a place where there's lots of really nice weather almost all year round, except for our summers can get quite hot, remembering of course that summer in Australia is between December and February. So for my review of the accommodation, the rooms are approximately $100 a night. It is a slight variance in the price depending on which side of the boat you choose to stay on. Now, the accommodation included the continental breakfast that you guys saw set out in the lounge room. The person who owned the boat and who dealt with a lot of the sort of booking and everything side of it, he was really nice and accommodating. They don't tend to hang around. They are very friendly. They come and check to make sure that everything's going okay pretty much every afternoon but they don't really hang around or anything like that. But they're always at the end of the phone if you need any assistance. Now, I did find that being there for the week on my own was very nice and relaxing. But if you are someone who is maybe a little bit more nervous about being on your own, you do need to be aware that it is quite a secluded spot, which is really nice. But if you're someone who gets a little bit nervous at night time, it is very secluded. I'm also told it was quite dark at night down there, so you need to be aware of that. There are lots of people around during the day because, as you saw on the park side, there is a nice walking track, but by 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, it's usually very, very quiet. All over, I'm going to say that I give the Coonawarra probably an 8 out of 10. The two reasons why I'm only giving it an 8 instead of a 10 are because of the security concerns with it being dark. Now, like I said, I don't have a problem with it, but I had a lot of friends who were nervous about me being there on my own. And certainly if you are a nervous person, I don't recommend that you're down there on your own. And the only other reason why I give it an 8 rather than a 10 is because I can see that for someone who is in a wheelchair or has a physical disability, it would have been rather a difficult place to stay. The ramp to get on the boat is very narrow. There's a lot of ridges and steps and things that you have to sort of step over. Lots of very narrow spaces, things like that, that would make manoeuvring around on the Coonawarra, if you are in a wheelchair, very difficult. However, it is a boat built in the 1950s and you do need to remember that. So if you are physically disabled and you're looking at staying on the paddleboat Coonawarra, personally, I don't recommend that you do it if you're, say, a paraplegic. But someone who could walk around a little bit would be okay, but they would have to be very mindful of their feet, and also the stairs at the back and the front are very, very unsafe for someone who is an incomplete paraplegic or has some kind of a physical disability. Anyway, I found it a really great place to stay. Penelope and I had a fantastic week. It was really nice and relaxing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you've got any comments or questions you'd like to know about Mildura, the Coonawarra itself, or if you've got anywhere else in Mildura that you would like me to do a review of next time I go up there, let me know down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Mel's Blind Life and click the bell notifications, and I'll see you next time.